Hi guys, welcome. It's me again, Chidima. Welcome. I have done my brows off camera. So what I'm doing now, I have already moisturized my face. Now I am applying my primer before my foundation. This will help my foundation to sit well throughout the course of this makeup. After applying my primer, and make sure you don't apply it under your eyes, I'll go ahead with my foundation. I first rub my foundation on the back of my pan, and I then warm it up with my beauty sponge before I apply it to my face. You can also do other way you like. I have different ways I do makeup, but this is the one I'm doing for today's video. In case you don't know, I am using a damp beauty sponge to apply my foundation. See how this foundation is blending. You can start first with little, then you build it up. So as a beginner, it's not advisable to start with too much product at a time. Then after the foundation, the next thing I'm going to do is to bring warmth on my face. That's to sculpt my face with darker concealer. I am applying this dark concealer on my brow, on my cheekbone, then my forehead and the bridge of my nose. That two sides, sorry, not the bridge, two sides of my nose. Once I'm done applying the dark concealer on the areas I want, I use the other part of the beauty sponge. The beauty sponge has different sides. I'm using the cleaner side of it to blend the concealer, the darker concealer. I like to do contouring, which is called contour. I like to do contouring before highlighting. Yes, I use it to warm up my face and also to bring shadow back to my face. After applying your foundation, your face looks plain and flat. So what this one does, darker concealer, is to bring back shadow to your face. This is how I am blending it in. After blending it in, the next step I'm going to do is to apply my liquid blush, because it's part of contouring. So for nose contouring, I'm using this beautiful angled brush. This brush is so good for blending your nose contouring. So I'm going to use it to blend my nose contouring. So as you can see, I am blending the nose contouring upwards towards the beginning of my brows, so that it will make my face, my nose, to look that sculpted. Now for the blush, cream blush, I'm using my lipstick. There's this part of your lipstick. I don't know if your lipstick has it. Check if it has this liquid part, cream part. So I'm using the cream part of my lipstick, the bottom part, as a creamy part, as my cream blush. This is a red lipstick. I blend it on the apple of my cheek and also blend it towards the temple and my forehead. So this is what it looks like after blending. See how seamlessly, smoothly it blends into my skin. That is the work of skin prep before your makeup. Once your skin is highly well hydrated and moisturized, everything you put on, every makeup, every product you put on, your skin takes it easily. This is what it looks like. Then the next I'm going to do now is I'm going to use lighter concealer. For this, I'm not using too light concealer. I'm using just a shade lighter than my own shade, my own color. You can use two shades, you can use three shades, but I'm using just a shade lighter than my own shade. I'm applying it on the side of my nose, under my eyes, and the outer corner of my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my cheek, my chin, my forehead, and my cubic bone. Now, let me tell you a secret that you guys maybe you don't know or you know about. Before you start blending your concealer, especially the one under your eyes, your under eye concealer, let it sit and set for a few seconds before you start blending. And before you blend, make sure you have product on your beauty sponge. Don't use plain beauty sponge on your make on your face once you apply any product. What it's going to do, because since there is no product, nothing on the sponge, is going to lift your foundation, going to move your foundation. But once there is something on this beauty sponge, before you start blending any product, be it concealer, highlighter, whatever, your makeup, your foundation will sit in place. Like I was saying, before you blend your under eye, I can see I am blending other parts aside, apart from my under eyes. That will be the last part I'm going to blend, because what it will do once it's set, it feels like butter is so creamy and it blends easily and also easy to manage, because it's not going to let your concealer spread everywhere, because once it's set, you have control over it. And you see how I am setting it. I'm blending from the outside, from the outer to the inside, making sure that the concealer is where I want it to be. I place it where I want it to be. That is the essence of you letting your concealer, your under eye concealer, to set for a few seconds before you start blending. See how it is melting into my skin like a pie, like butter. See how easily it is for me to blend it into my skin. Try this if you have not tried. If you don't try it, try it. Allow it to settle. Don't over allow it to dry. I did not say you should allow it to dry so that it will not be difficult for you to blend it. Just let it sit for a few seconds and set, so that you start, when you start blending it, it feels so creamy and like butter. So after blending the concealer, I will also blend the edges with the parts of the beauty sponge I use to apply my foundation. I use it to blend the edges, making sure that no harsh lines detected. Once I'm done with applying all the creams, foundation, liquid, whatever, I will go immediately to set everything with dry powder. First of all, I will set my under eye so that it will not crease. I'm going to set my under eye. For setting my under eyes, I'm going to use, so this is what my face looks like after applying all the cream. So for setting my under eyes, I'm going to use this the face definer, the lighter shade on the face definer. You can use a lighter powder to set your under eyes with this brush. I'm lightly packing the powder on my under eyes, lightly pressing it in and brushing it off at the same time. I'm applying this powder on the areas I have applied the lighter concealer. Then after that, I'll go ahead with the darker shade on that same palette to set my contour. That's the areas I applied the darker concealer with this an angled brush also for it. The way I'm applying it, all the areas I applied the darker concealer, my cheekbone, my forehead, and my jawline. You can see that my face is sculpted, a kind of sculpted. Then I will go ahead and set the rest of my face with my powder shade. And it is very fine if you stop here, but I will take it a little bit further by using some pressed powder, some loose powder, yeah, to bake. This is baking. Baking is optional. I want to bake my under eyes. I'm using this loose powder, setting powder, to bake my under eye. That you see that I dusted off the excess powder on the foam or the applicator before I applied it to my under eye. And also I use it to define my nose contouring. What I'm showing you here, I'm using it to define my nose, going to sharpen that contour I did on my nose. Also to set my eyes before applying my eyeshadow. And this will also help to catch any fallout from eyeshadow from staining or ruining my under eye makeup. set the bridge of my nose and also use it to do reverse contour. That's use it under my brain cheekbone to give it that chisel, that sharp contoured face, and also my smile line. Once that is done, I'll go ahead to set my face with some setting spray so that it will calm all the powdery effect on my face. Then go off camera to do my eyes. And this is me dusting off all the excess. Sorry, I've not set my face yet. This is me so dusting off all the excess powder, setting powder off my face after my eyeshadow. And after that, then I'll go and set my face with setting spray to calm the powdery effect on the of the powder on my face. Before the setting spray dries off completely, I apply my blush, powder blush. After applying my powder blush, I use this my powder brush. The brush I use to apply my powder to soften it out. Yes, and apply my powder highlighter. That's it, guys. And this is what my face looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you so much. Bye.